F Warriors, I'm about to tackle if the warrior diet and intermittent fasting altogether is starvation. So, 2 weeks ago, I posted the video of eating disorders, because that was a rebuttal to intermittent fasting that I saw a lot from the people that have no idea about intermittent fasting, never tried intermittent fasting, have never researched the medical studies that were done for intermittent fasting. And I feel that this falls into that same category, but this is so much easier to rebuttal than eating disorder, because eating disorder is a state of mind. This is numbers. I'm gonna give you numbers. I don't even have to use science to refute the argument that intermittent fasting is a starvation diet, where you're starving yourself and then you're eating. First of all, before I even go ahead and show explicitly why it is not starvation, and just completely shut down this argument, I'm gonna explain starvation. Starvation is a hyperbole. It's a real word. It's a real word. Don't get me wrong. But the use of starvation in the common rhetoric of speech is almost 90% a hyperbole. When someone says, "Oh my God, I'm starving, I have to eat," like, "Oh my God, I'm starving, I haven't eaten in like 7 hours, 12 hours, 5," that's not starvation. Starvation is near death. So when people say, "Dude, you're starving yourself," don't starve yourself. People are actually now incorporating this word to mean literally you're starving yourself because you haven't eaten for a said number of hours or a day, whatever it is. You're not starving yourself till at least minimum like 2 weeks of not eating. Then you start going into the beginning stages of starvation. But starvation is near death. Near death. And you're not even technically starving until your body fat percentage is at 3%. And then you're not eating after 3% body fat percentage. So you have a 3% body fat percentage and you don't eat for 2 weeks. Then we can start doing the argument of starvation. Starvation has been exaggeratedly used, I don't know if that's a word, but hopefully it is, used to put as an argument for intermittent fasting. And a lot of people, and I don't know if it's the conspiracy of a lot of people that want to push their diets of eat all these things, and I got the Tupperware for you. I can put the Tupperwares here and we'll mail you food. So, just pay us monthly and you're gonna get food from us. Those people will tell you intermittent fasting is a starvation diet. I wonder why. Oh, I got it. They're not gonna sell their products or Tupperware foods that they mail to you every day, because you're gonna start to discover that it is actually more beneficial to not eat. Wait, hold on. The status quo is shivering right now. The status quo is pooping their pants, because apparently you can lose more weight by doing intermittent fasting. And then if we go to the health argument, it's healthier. Wow. You would think it's being spoken of so much, right? You would think everyone's getting intermittent fasting because people care to give you the best methods to lose weight. But they don't, because they don't really care to give you the best methods. They care to give you a method that could help you lose weight. They care to give you something that maybe makes you lose weight. Maybe it takes a long time or makes you dependent on them for a while. Who knows? They care to give you something that gives results, because obviously they need to have testimonials and stuff to even to edify whatever they're doing. But They don't want you to do something that they cannot market to you, that they cannot sell you. And intermittent fasting, you can't really sell. Intermittent fasting is not, don't eat. Do not eat for a certain period of time. I mean, it almost starts and ends there. You know what I mean? So it's easy to see why these people would say, oh, well, intermittent fasting, don't do intermittent fasting. You're starving yourself because you're not eating. They're playing on they're insulting your intelligence by saying this. And I'm going to show you why this is an insult to your intelligence. If, let's say you eat every 2 hours, right? You're still going to have a caloric goal, correct? So if you want to, let's say you want to be at a caloric surplus and your maintenance level is 2,500 calories and you want to do 3,000 calories, right? Let's say you want to do 3,000 calories. If you eat every 2 hours, these small meals that make sure that by the end of the day you're at 3,000 calories, right? How much calories have you eaten for the day? 3,000. So in a 24-hour time period, you've eaten 3,000 calories. Now, and I know you guys know where I'm going with this. When you do intermittent fasting, all you're doing is you're taking all those 2 hours of eating every 2 hours, you're throwing that away, and you're eating your 3,000 calories in this little window right here, 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours, whatever type you use. I recommend the 4 hour, but intermittent fasting is intermittent fasting. You eating your 3,000 calories, you're probably eating 1,500 in the beginning, and then the other 1,500 or 1,500 at the end of it to complete 3,000 calories. In a 24-hour time frame, I have just eaten the same amount of calories as the other guy. What does it matter when I've eaten it? What does that matter? That does not matter. That is not equivalent to starvation. That does not mean you're starving. You're still eating when the day is done. When the 24-hour clock clicks, bing, you have eaten the same amounts of calories as anyone else during that specific goal. If you want to be at a calorie deficit, you have to be at a calorie deficit to lose weight. It's automatic. If you want to be at a calorie surplus, you have to be at a calorie surplus to gain weight. It's automatic. It doesn't matter if you did it throughout the day in little small pieces or you did it in one small window with big portions. It doesn't matter. When the day has ended, we have both equally eaten the same amount of calories. So you're starving yourself because you're not eating shows a lack of understanding of what even hunger is, because you're not even hungry. You're not even technically hungry until at least 48 hours. At least 48 hours. It could be more, but at least 48 hours, you're not even hungry. Now, a lot of you will be like, no, I get hungry. Trust me, when I wake up in the morning, I'm starving. I love that stuff. The hyperbole, starving. You're not hungry. Are you craving food because you're in a specific rhythm that your body has already created expectations for to eat in the morning, to eat at lunch, to eat dinner? Yes. But when you start doing intermittent fasting and you have now removed that expectation, all of a sudden you don't really get hungry like that. Food is not even that spectacular anymore, because the food companies and all these people that push these crazy diets that you have to eat so much, they want you to feel like this food experience and this food amazement to food, when it's just an energy source, really. Sure, you want to get some good taste out of it. Sure, you want to get something, you know, delicious or whatever it is, because, you know, that's something you want to do for yourself. But intermittent fasting actually removes you from that, because you detoxify yourself all the time, every time you fast. And it's like your dependency on food, or you don't make food this magical experience anymore. You don't make food like, oh, this is so great, this is so amazing food, look at this, look at that. No, you just really, you look at it like, it's my food source. You know, it's my food source. Is there a benefit to intermittent fasting in terms of like enjoyment? Yeah, you get big portions, big, huge portions, while being at a caloric deficit. It almost feels like you're gonna gain weight because of the portions that you eat, but scientifically that is impossible. It's because you're so used to, you've been so programmed by so many people to eat every 3 hours and stuff, and eat 6 meals a day, that this feels uncomfortable. But it's actually, you are actually losing weight, and you're losing it faster because of the sub 6 that I've explained before, where after 6 hours your body starts to use your stored energy to break down body fat to give you energy, as opposed to using external energy sources like food that you're constantly giving it. So please, starvation, no, you're not starving. Thank you for watching this video, IF Warriors. I'm so glad that you guys tune in every week to see my videos. The last video that I put up was a motivational video, and I felt like I needed to do one of those, and I felt like I needed to put a bigger picture as to what it means to reach your goal, as opposed to, you know, just looking good and all these different things. A lot of people just push, oh, just do this to look good, but there's people that really need to lose weight. There's people that for health reasons need to lose weight, and they try so many different things, and then they haven't been able to do it. And I feel that it goes beyond those elements of just looking good and all these different things. Like, yeah, that's like a sub, you know, like a perk. Okay, yeah, you could look good, but there's more to fitness and reaching your goals in fitness. There's more to it than just that. So if you want to see that video, that's absolutely a really good video. I'm gonna put it right here, and then of course I've had my video where I speak about the eating disorder. It's gonna be right here. Please subscribe, of course, and I am back giving you guys the pointers that you need or that you want, and I will see you next time. IF Warriors, have a great one. I'm gonna give you a fun fact. There was a gentleman, I forget his name, you can actually do this research, that lived in, I believe it was either Ireland or the UK. This gentleman was severely overweight, and he decided to fast. And this is gonna shock you right now. He decided to fast for 1 year straight. Now, I will never, ever, 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 ever recommend that. Never, ever. Ever. Please, never. I would never recommend that. But it was an interesting case study of what happened. He lost all his weight, and he had a kind of a nutrition deficiency. He was taking some vitamins though, so he kept himself up with some vitamin nutrition, but he lost all his weight, all of it. He didn't go to the gym, he didn't do anything. He just fasted, survived the fast, and which I don't recommend, because not even the people back in the BC times did this. But he did it, he survived it, and lost all his weight, and actually ended up being pretty okay. But it just goes to show you that fasting is, your body will have a source of energy, and it is your body fat. So when you're feeding your body so much, you're counterproductive to that system. So have a good one, guys.